Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, watching the big man theory. This is a 22nd episode of the 11th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click in it, put a password in, and enjoy. I think we're all in agreement that last episode, Raj was kind of out of order in terms of, you know, not naming Penny on the person that helped find this comet. You know, he took his telescope onto the roof. He was hoping to look and see, was it Mercury? He was trying to see, or Venus or something. I can't remember. He was trying to find a planet anyway. He brought his telescope up. He was doing the coordinates. And Penny, when she was looking actually through it, trying to obviously see what she could see, she took a picture of a comet that was flying past. And obviously it was named that it was a undiscovered comet, which I actually don't understand how you could know that it was undiscovered. You know, Raj could have seen it, or Penny just then and took the picture. How do we know that somebody in Australia, New Zealand, you know, South Africa, you know what I mean, Brazil, whatever's, didn't see it a couple of hours ago and take their picture? You know what I mean? However, you know, she took it. Then when they submitted it and said that obviously it had never been discovered before, he got to name it, and he was able as well to write down who was the two people or persons who you know, who found it. He actually just wrote down Raj Kufrapoli as the only person. You know, he didn't mention Penny at all, and she got upset with that. And I kind of get it. You know, we had this discussion, didn't we? Like, is it the person's telescope who set it up and pointed it in the direction? Is it their discovery, or is it the person that was looking through the telescope who clicked the picture who discovered it? It's really tough because Penny technically done no. She physically didn't do anything to kind of get it to the position where you could see it, but she was the person that seen it. It's like the person, you know, we said it before, you bring the camera and you set it up and put it on the stand and put it on the time lapse, you know, whatever, and somebody comes over and presses the on, and they're the one that captures the image. They're the image capturer technically, not the person that's done all the graph that set it up. But it is technically a joint effort. And after a few back and forths and a few arguing here and there, he actually, you know, said he'll change it. He'll put her as a co-founder on there. And, you know, he apologised, realised that he'd done wrong. And that's all she kind of ever really wanted from the start, to be honest. She never wanted to be the sole person to be acknowledged. She was just not happy that the principle of the situation is she put the effort in as well. She was the one that kind of took the picture, and she was not reaping in any of the rewards. And you know, sometimes you do end up pushing for principles when people kind of do actually do you wrong. So it was good that Raj realised that he did make a mistake, and well, kissed and made up at the end. It was nice to see. Thanks for checking out today's episode, though. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
The light is red, so I came to a stop.
You're in a stolen cop car with a dead hooker in the trunk. You don't have to obey traffic law.
Misty guys at the faculty mixer.
Oh, you should have been there. Dessert was bananas.
You're a theoretical physicist. What more do you need than an office and a whiteboard?
Someday, my new formulas on entropy decrease due to quantum decoherence will need to be tested, and that will require funding.
I wouldn't even know how to design an experiment to prove them.
Says the experimental physicist.
Point. In order to corroborate your string theory research, you'd have to create a black hole. Wouldn't that destroy the Earth?
We'd all go to the grave knowing I was right.
Yeah, that contained microscopic black holes.
Welcome back, Leonard.
You know what, right? I know that Raj recently had his hair curly or something. Do you remember when he fell out with Howard, and then he just popped in with it curly? And now I can't remember, has it been a mix between curly and straight throughout the whole show, or is it just this season where it started to be curly? Because I actually really like his haircut in this season. I'm not even going to lie. Like, and now I can't remember if it's always been like that or if it hasn't. I honestly can't. But if it's not, I don't know why he went through so much effort to straighten it when I think it looks pretty decent the way he's got it now. And also, I feel like Howard's hair is really long again. I feel like some episodes it's short and some episodes it's long. I seen him trying to flick it a couple of times just then, and it does feel like a dome on his head. Well, in today's episode anyway.
This one's pretty.
My mother wouldn't approve. Shows too much clavicle. So hard to tell what will look good on me.
No, this is just to give you ideas. You know, do you want something simple and elegant? I mean, do you want a train?
Oh, we're talking about trains. I you to name a train that I don't like.
The kind on the back of a wedding dress?
I did not see that coming. Good job. Asking the university for some funding tomorrow. What should I wear?
Got a push-up bra I can loan you that always gets me free drinks.
How much money are you asking for?
$500 million.
What do you need that kind of money for?
I just need 2,148 high-power lasers to compress 20 micrograms of gold into a small enough volume to make a microscopic black hole.
I mean, they won't even give me that much. And I keep promising I can make people's brains grow younger.
Money, you can't ask for that all at once.
Well, what if I ask for it in 6 easy installments of $83,333,333.33?
Then, you know, Penny's got a point. Sometimes when you want something big from someone, you gotta be careful not to scare them away. You gotta start small and build up slowly, even if it takes 8 years. 8 long years.
That's oddly specific. Have you ever done that?
Nope.
They are correct, so instead of going and asking for, like he was saying, $500 million, yeah, you go and say, can I have 83 million, like he was saying, and then, what for? Well, I can do this. All right, this time I might give it you, and let's just see. And then as it starts working, okay, I'll give the next party funding. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it is, you know? It's kind of like if you go to the bank and say, I want to build my own mansion, can I have $1 million? No, we're not giving you $1 million, but what we will do is we'll give you 100,000. You put the foundations in the first floor. Maybe we'll come out and review it. Yeah, you've done a good job, actually. We could see that it's probably going to be worth more than $1 million now you've started constructing it. We'll fund the second half of it. Yeah, really, really good. Keep going, progress. Do you know what I mean? Like, people got to see where the money's going straight away. You don't want to drop it all in, 500 million, just gone like that. You need to see progression. If you give them a little bit and it starts working, you think, oof, mate, maybe we're onto something. And then you carry on funding it.
With this level of high-power laser array, we would actually be able to solve the black hole information paradox once and for all.
Really? You think you can build that for $20 million?
Not a chance.
And why are you asking me for it?
Because once you've spent $20 million, you're much more likely to give me an additional 50.
$70 million, you can build this.
I can see why you'd think that. Only way you'd be able to save face is to double down.
So 140.
And then double again.
280?
And then, good news, not quite, double again.
He said no?
No, that's only a 2-letter word. You're gonna have to double down.
Just have to wait for science to catch up or technology to get cheaper. Think about DVD players. They used to cost like $1,000, but just the other day I used one to smash a bug.
But what if while I'm being patient, someone more relentless than me badgers their university into giving them money?
Someone more relentless than you, I'd like to meet them.
Find another way to raise the money.
Ooh, if it's one of those booths where we can throw a pie at you, I'm in for like 20 bucks.
40 bucks if I can throw a DVD player.
This is nice. What, helping Amy find a dress or day drinking? It's so beautiful.
I feel beautiful. And look, both clavicles. Take that, Mom.
Don't be silly. You can't buy the first dress you try on. That'd be like marrying the first guy that you... You can't buy the first dress you try on. Are you okay? What's wrong?
I look amazing in all of these dresses.
When Sheldon sees you in that dress, he's going to want to methodically take it off, fold it up, carefully place it in a storage box, label it, and then ravish you.
That's it. This is the one.
Do you know what? It actually does fit her personality.
Do you love it?
You? Wow. Also, wow.
I mean, everybody has their own, you know, their own tastes and likes. I mean, personally, I wouldn't go with that third one, to be honest, but it does fit an Amy personality. But do you not think it's mad? Because, like I said, everybody has their own likes. But, like, do you ever look at somebody, I don't know, you got somebody on Facebook or whatnot, you know, like a friend from the past or, you know, an old school mate or somebody just from work and you see them tagged in, you know what I mean, like from association, and they're at a wedding and you see it like a wedding dress, and some of them, I just look at it and think, mate, that is awful. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, not every wedding dress is great. Like, prime example, that last one there that we're seeing. The first two was decent, you know, they actually was, but that last one, not so great. And I do think it's mad. Like, sometimes you look at it and think, mate, you got that one decision, you got that one wedding day. Do you know what I mean? And, like, that is the worst dress you probably could have ever chosen. And I always think as well, did the inner circle, like those guys there, when they just like, wow, did he not say to him, mate, that's not good, that dress? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I would, you know, if my girlfriend put an outfit on and she was like, do it look good? Then I'd be like, nah, you don't, mate. Like, that outfit actually looks pretty crap. Now, that hurts the feelings, but what would you rather do? Hurt the feelings from a place of love and just you telling them, or them actually go outside and everybody think it and everybody say it? Do you know what I mean? It's not a personal attack. I'm just trying to stop you from getting maybe a feelings hurt from everyone. You know what I mean? So, like, out of the ones that we picked there, probably go with the second one, to be honest. I actually liked it. First one wasn't bad as well, but I dodged the third.
Hello, Leonard. Are you doing anything?
No, I'm just sitting here at my desk typing on my computer for nothing. Do you really think people are going to give you $500 million?
Of course not. But if I can raise enough seed money to show that I'm serious, I should be able to attract some major investors. About this, for $100,000, I will design the flag of your house or apartment. And for $1 million, I will come over and tell you what's wrong with you.
Oh, and all these years I've been getting that for free.
Don't be smug, Leonard.
Well, that was a successful trip. Yes. Amy found a dress that she liked. She sure did. Did look happy. I mean, her face was just glowing. Do we agree it's awful?
That dress should be set on fire.
Something?
No, we can't.
Don't you think she brought us with her because she wants our honest opinion?
No one wants that.
I don't want her to look back and think she made some awful mistake.
You mean like your dumb Cookie Monster tattoo?
Should be us now instead of everyone at her wedding.
What about my dress? Don't you like it?
I
It's
don't.
beautiful.
Super under the bus.
Stuart, I'd like to sell some comic books.
Oh, I know all about that. Step one is flunk out of art school.
For a start, I'm trying to raise $500,000.
Hope you have that rare Superman printed on the skin of actual Superman. Run of Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Look at this. Giant size X-Men #1. You know, I'm gonna have to open it to assess its condition.
Just be gentle.
You don't seem like you really want to sell these.
Of course I don't want to sell these.
Why don't you leave these here with me and I'll price them out for you.
If anyone asks, tell them I was brave.
I can't believe you just threw me under the bus.
I know, right? That was crazy.
What? You know how that makes me look?
That's an easy one. Bad.
Like the dress either. I mean, what happened to our united front?
I'm sorry. Is this your first day being a girl?
Ooh. Did your mom pack your lunch?
I like tuna fish.
Do you want it? I'll sell it to you for $5,000.
How's the fundraising going?
Oh, that depends. Raj, was that a yes?
No.
It's going badly. It's so frustrating that science should be held hostage to the almighty dollar.
You ever thought of going to Vegas?
Oh, you mean gambling? Oh, well, that's not the worst idea.
It is the worst idea. And I'm including the year that Raj wore nothing but tracksuits.
And scientists, they do it all the time. Yeah, a group of students from MIT took Las Vegas for millions, and that's MIT. Howard went there.
You know what, right? You can't... What I'm trying to say is, in a casino, you can count cards. If you're smart enough, you can count cards. You know, you can sit down, you can watch the deck, you can see what the dealer's playing, you can know it. There's a film called 21. It's got Kevin Spacey in. You know, controversy, you might not want to watch it because he's in it. Whatever. Don't take away that it's not a great film. You know what I mean? He's in other great stuff as well. You know, A House of Cards, great thing. You know what I mean? Like, but I know where people are coming from. But in that film, they go around, they basically doing all the casinos and in Vegas. They're all counting cards. They're all got keywords, you know what I mean? They all do stuff as well to kind of communicate with each other. Like, they'll put their hands behind the back and, like, cross their arms, and it's like the table's hot. Come in, and then when they sit down, they'll say, like, oh, I'm having chicken for dinner, and they'll know that, like, they're on discount or something like that, and people can come in and they can do the casinos in. I personally think that that's not cheating. They class it as cheating, but how can you cheat a game that you have no technical control over? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm sat in a casino and there's a dealer over there with a deck of cards that I can never touch, I'm not cheating if I'm smart enough to watch you and notice patterns. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, how can you cheat in a casino or a game that you physically have no control over what the outcome's going to be? You're just clever enough to notice patterns and situations and read, like, what's potentially coming next. You know what I mean? So I think if anyone can count cards, you can go in. You should be able to fleece the casinos for as much money as you can get out of them. Why? Because they absolutely fleece you for all the money that you've got. And if you have no control over the game, the dealings, the cards, the deck, and you don't have to touch anything that's dealt out, then I think that, you know, whatever you win should be kept, to be honest.
You have a minute?
Depends. Is what I'm wearing okay, or should I go change first?
I should have said I didn't like your dress. It's your wedding, and all that matters is that you feel beautiful.
Well, I can't wear it now. I mean, I know you hate it. That's all I'm gonna be thinking about.
There is a lot of room between don't like and hate. You know, it's where you find rice pudding and jazz.
The coolest, prettiest, best-dressed person in my life.
Be flattering, except I know all the people in your life. It's your dress. I mean, hey, would you marry Leonard?
Ew.
A simple no would have been fine, but from now on, I'm gonna remember that this wedding is all about you.
Appreciate that. You're a good maid of honor.
Not about hanging Penny out to dry. The truth is, I don't like the dress either.
Kidding me? Now Bernadette doesn't like the dress?
No, she is the worst.
You don't think he actually went to Las Vegas, do you?
Barbara! This is it.
Is everything okay, sir?
Oh, it's better than okay. I am a physicist, and I've been observing this wheel for hours. How I know that the ball is far more likely to land on 32, 17, or 5.
Sir, would you come with us?
Oh, no, I have to place my bet first. This is for science. No longer allowed to set foot in... Wow! You look beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Really? Because I was gonna return it.
Well, you look like a pile of swan.
I'm so glad you like it.
I can't wait to marry you.
Why do you smell like smoke?
I was in Vegas. Las Vegas.
Rise on that. Right, so that was a prime example of what I was just saying there, right? He's just been come and escorted out and banned from a casino because he was stood there just watching them play, and he worked out that he's got a higher greater chance of probability of landing on 13 or 17 or whatever he said than any other numbers based on that current table and how it's spun. Why Sheldon done anything wrong there? Like, I actually don't understand it. And I can, when I say I don't understand it, I mean in the context of I understand why the casinos don't want you to do it. That's what I do understand. And somebody could sit down and explain to me all of the reasons why it's bad for the casino or cheating or whatever's. But this is a subject where, like, I'll respect your opinion and I'll listen to everything that you say, but my opinion will never change that you cannot be cheating if you don't do anything to touch the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I play Monopoly with you and as we're going around the board, I've noticed that on every 10th roll, somebody gets a 6 or whatever's, you know what I mean? And I strategically plan in my head, mate, they're going to land on Mayfair and I'm going to put 10 houses on there or 4 hotels or whatever's because I know the probability of them landing on there in the next go is very likely. I've not cheated. You know, I've sat down and just observed the table, the board, and I've realised that that is a good chance of landing on this square. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cheating. Cheating's when nobody's looking, taking 100 million out the bank, you know, and putting it or sneaking another house on top of your, you know, on top of your place. So I don't know. Like, I understand where everybody's coming from and like where casinos come from, because if everybody was doing that, they'd be losing money. But that's their problem. Like, nobody's cheating, in my opinion, if you don't touch or influence or mess or, you know what I mean, have any sort of contact with a game. If you just stand there and say, put £20 on red or £20 on 17, I've not done anything. I've just literally just observed and placed. So I don't know. I understand where they're coming from because they would lose loads of money, but at the end of the day, they shaft everyone 24/7, don't they? You know, I wonder if there's ever been a casino in Las Vegas that's ever reported a financial loss in a year. That would be an interesting one to actually check in and check the records for. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So Amy was choosing a dress. I was saying at the start of the episode when she was wearing all 3 of them that, you know, in my personal opinion, no, I wouldn't have chose the 3rd one. Yes, I do think that it's pretty, you know, I was going to say pretty ugly, but that's actually not the case, actually. When I looked at it straight away from the 3rd, so it's like bang, 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 you know, all 3 of them, it's like, wow, that one's a crap dress. But then as you look at it singular towards the end of the episode, when Sheldon walked in, I was like, wow, you look beautiful, you look like swans. Seeing it on its own, I was like, you know, it's actually not as bad as first impression was, you know what I mean? Maybe it was because it comes straight from the back, do you know what I'm saying? So say like if you have a, I don't know, say like you had a Ford Focus, yeah? And then you're like, do you know what? That's actually not that bad. It's all right. That's her dress. And then you whip out the Ferrari next to it and you're like, oh, mate, that Focus is well crap compared to that Ferrari. Do you know what I mean? That's because it's come out right next to each other. You know what I mean? But you take the Ferrari away and then bring the Focus back tomorrow, I'll be like, oh, the Focus is all right again. And I feel like that was kind of like with that dress. Because we had a dress and that one, it was like, wow, don't have that one. That one's rubbish. You know what I mean? And then when you brought it out on its own, it's like, actually, it's not that bad. And to be honest, when I was watching it straight away, I said, that's a dress that looks like her personality. You know what I mean? That's something that she would wear. It feels like her. It's just big and bold. It reminds me of old as well. That's what it is. Like, I feel like she's kind of like an old head. You know, everything that she likes doing, quilting, playing the harp. You know what I mean? Sewing. You know, she likes playing all these like old and English game things, drinks tea. You know what I mean? She dresses like a granny, I think, anyway. And I just feel like that fit her personality. So Penny was right in terms of, yeah, just because I don't like the dress and Bernadette doesn't like the dress, okay, it might not be what you wanted to hear from us. You wanted us to sit here and say it's the best dress ever. But like at the end of the day, if you're liking it and you're wearing it and feeling amazing and this is something that you really enjoy, then why does it matter what anybody else thinks? And I truly believe and double down whatever Sheldon was saying on that. You know, it's your opinion. It's your day. Said it many a times. You've obviously watched the channel, been saying it. I personally think a wedding day is just all about a woman. Couldn't really care what's going on in my wedding as long as, you know, the wife-to-be is happy. And she's got a dress that she absolutely loves and it makes her happy, then that's the dress for her. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, I was countering that by saying everybody gets a chance to pick any wedding dress and some people pick awful ones, you know. You do see that. I think we can all be in agreement that we've all seen some awful wedding dresses. But on obviously the other side of the fence, if that person's wearing it and loving it and it's contributing to their best day of their life, then that's a dress for them, innit? So do you know what I mean? And if she wants to wear it, she should do, and that should be hers. So I'm happy for her. I mean, I'm always a firm believer that if you ask somebody's opinion, give them the right one. Does this dress look good? No, it doesn't. All right, I know that you didn't want to hear that, but what's the point bringing me along for an opinion if I'm not going to tell you the truth and say that that one looks better on you? Or, do you know what I mean? I don't want you going out and wearing something that everybody else may say that doesn't look good, because then that'll just hurt your feelings even more. I'd rather hurt your feelings from a place of love and care than people in maliciousness, you know what I mean, out on the outside. So, you know, she did go through a bit of emotions, but she settled on the dress that she wants to have, which is fine. Sheldon likes it. She's really happy. She's well, to be honest, she looks pretty good in it, and I'm obviously excited now. It's got the anticipation building. You know, what's this now? Episode 22, is it? So have we got 2 more left? I literally always forget what episodes are on. So, mate, hopefully it's the last episode of the season. We can go into the final season, getting married as Mr. and Mrs. Cooper, do you know what I mean? And we can just sail off and have it well. So I'm excited. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.